Alright, this is Julian here. I'm doing a single limb, so let's see how this works out. This is a single limb. Okay, there's a single elimination match. Okay, I don't know what that is. All right, so what do we have here? Well, there's Phyrexian Metamorph that I'm just going to reserve because it's a good card that works a lot of stuff, but there's Recurring Nightmare, which I think is a super powerful build around card, so I'm actually gonna make that my reserved card. Otherwise there's Garruk and possibly Terastodon, but a Recurring Nightmare is just so good and it's splashable that I'm gonna take that. What do we have here? So, given Recurring Nightmare, there's the black-green archetype where Wall of Blossoms or Eternal Witness are both super strong. This does not work with Recurring Nightmare. This works pretty well with it too. And it is colorless. And it works with the mirror, so I kind of want to take that just to keep things open in case green's getting. Okay, well, there's some nice choices here. There's Basalt Monolith that I'm a big fan of. There's also Hymn to Torak that's a strong, really strong card in black, and then there's Shriek Maw that really makes Recurring Nightmare work quite well. I'm not too interested in Divinity of Pride. There's also Elves of Deep Shot, so there's a lot of good stuff here. Hymn to Turak, really good card. I think I'm going to take the Hymn. I like the Basalt a lot, but the Hymn I think is probably this just biggest power level card. There's some Garuks here. There's this Liliana. I've never played with her, but seems to work pretty well with what we've got. Let me reserve that. Otherwise, there's Duress and there's Courser. But yeah, I'm just going to take the Liliana here. Hypnotic Spectre is not the best. It's alright. I think it can be dealt with pretty easily. There's Underground Sea that's very strong. Kind of want to take Underground Sea here. Blue can be a great combo. So yeah. Well, there is a Profane Command. Exactly the kind of thing we like here. Get mana sink. So let's go for that. Alright. Well, this works well with Recurring Nightmare. So sure. Let's take that. Oh, one of my favorite cards here is Ophiomancer. Perfect with Recurring Nightmare. I'm a big fan of it. Clogs up the ground. There's also Doomblade, but I'm a big fan of it. Okay, Bone Shredder came back, which is nice. It's good to know that none of the green cards came, so it's an indication to not go green-black. I'm not a big fan of Dark... Oh, wait a minute. Search a card for library, put it in your hand, and shuffle your library. Yeah, I think the Bone Shredder is more what we want here with the Recurring Nightmare. And yeah, Murderous Cut. Well, here's the Wall of Blossoms. It is good, but the Murderous Cut is great as a singleton. I know it's not a big combo. Delve and Recurring is not a big combo, but there's still going to be other things that go with it. Yeah, probably Divinity here. Not amazing, but. Well, there's Duress, which is absolutely fine card to play. So it looks like we're going into mono black recur. Might be a Ashiok or something to play, but as it is, not too unhappy with where this is going. And the Hypnotic Spectre came back. Got a lot of stuff at 3, which seems to be fairly typical for mono black. And sure, let's take this on the Dryads here. And the Bone Splitter. I don't think I'm playing either of those. Bone Splitter, Divinity of Fire. Oh. Well, there's Baleful Strix. It was quite acceptable. But there's also Ugin the Spirit Dragon. And Mana Leak. And Inquisition. I think we're taking Ugin here as a long game card here. Yeah, it's good, right? Maybe the Baleful Strix will wheel, or the Inquisition, but this is just super powerful. Let's take that. What do we got here? Carrion Feeder is not exciting me. However, 3 and Dynamo is exciting me with Battlesphere and Ugin. So yeah, let's go with that. Big mana, right? Oh, Frost Titan is one of my favorite cards. However, it is double blue. Day is not amazing when you're just splashing blue. What does this guy do? And there's the Battlefield, Intimidate and Haste. Dread Return. Nothing amazing for us. Frost Titan is really good. It's going to be a bit hard though with the double blue. But we're in our second pack. It's not impossible here. And it's really good. There's also gifts, but I find that kind of hard to play. What does this do? Destroy, when you cast it, if a creature you may... yeah, I can see that being good with Recurring Nightmare, but I'm going to hedge and take the Frost Titan. We'll see what happens here. Reanimate is quite a strong card. There's also Forbidden Alchemy, right? Which is nice, maybe more splashable also, and there's also Repeal. We don't have too much like reanimate stuff, but Frost Titan, and it's from a graveyard. Yeah, I'm gonna take reanimate just to see if we can, maybe if we get an Entomb or something like that. This isn't bad either. This is kind of mana ramp. Otherwise, there's Toxic Deluge, which can be really, Lamp or Toxic Deluge. I like the lantern, honestly. Toxic Deluge is quite strong, right? Really like blows up the board, but this would make splashing things easier, and it is ramp, so I'm gonna go for this. Okay, well here's Garuk, whom I like as a planeswalker, but and here's Wake Thrasher for the combo with whoever had the artifact. This guy is not super good. Cyclonic Rift, however, is good, and it has an outstanding overload, so I think I'm going to take that. Fast, I don't think we're playing. Is this guy good? You sacrifice a creature, search your library. So when he comes into play, he's a tutor. That's not, doesn't seem amazing. I much prefer Chainer's Edict for general purpose. Well, this might be, so I like both Pact here and Languish. I think Obliterator is not super amazing. And I don't think we're playing Hall of Triumph, but Languish I think is exactly the kind of sweeper we want. So yeah, let's take that. Okay, well, the Strix, the Gatekeeper, and Inquisition came back. You want to take the Strix for the interaction with Recurring Nightmare? Yeah. This guy just does not seem very good to me. Carrion Feeder, really? I mean, I suppose this is possible reanimation target. But I kind of like Volroth's Stronghold better. Okay, well, no one's playing Reanimator, so why don't we just take Dread Return and see if we can audible into Reanimation. Wow, that's great. Both Repeal and Forbidden Alchemy. Let's take Forbidden Alchemy. I haven't played with it yet. Repeal is strong. Maybe I'll side out Titan here. Okay, well sure, Doom Necromancer. And sure, Titan. So more black-blue lands would not be terrible, but it's still possible to just stay mono-black, I think. Bitter Blossom would be excellent. More blocks would be great. What do we have? Well, here's a Watery Grave that I think I've got my eye on. Otherwise, Diabolic Servitude is reanimation. There's Stroke for card draw. This guy just seems kind of clunky and situational. Oh, there's also Duplicate. Yeah, that's a great combo with Recurring Nightmare as well. Wow, Exile just a creature, but Watery Grave so good. I'm going to take the Watery Grave. I think it's just that good. Ho and Grave Titan, wow, outstanding. That is an absolute take this guy. Exactly what we want. He does everything. These guys, he's a great threat. Maybe don't want Frost Titan after all because this guy's so good. Well, there's Ever-Flowing Chalice and Whip of Urboros, but oh my god, and Coalition Relic. Wow, that is just an outstanding card. I think we're taking Coalition Relic here. That is just a really, really strong card for ramp and splash. Enters the battlefield, gain control of a creature or planeswalker. That's excellent. I can sack it to Recurring Night. What I take, and I didn't actually realize it was creature or planeswalker, so I'm going to take him. Okay, what do we have here? Well, there's Necromancy. You know, actually, Bolus is somewhat playable here. We have Lantern and Relic. Otherwise, there's just Ancient Tomb for raw power. And Necromancy. And I'm not a big fan of this. I think to me it's between Nicol Bolas and Ancient Tomb. Ancient Tomb is a very powerful card. And we already have Ugin, I think. We have a lot of high-end stuff, so I think that the Ancient Tomb is more likely for us to win here. Well, here's Abyssal... Oh man, here's Exhume. Man, Exhume is good. Exhume and Reanimate. Is there anything else we're playing? There is Elish Norn. Elish Norn quite strong. Thing is, we don't have too many ways to dump stuff into the graveyard. You know, we have like Liliana and stuff. Yeah, I think Exhume though. Well, Temple of Deceit. Sure, makes stuff. I think we're definitely playing Frost Titan now because we have so many things. Equal to Devotion to Black. Is this guy any good? He makes a lot of dudes. I don't know. That guy seems pretty bad. There's Dark Confident, which can be pretty scary with what we've got here. Otherwise, there's also Psychotog and Thoughtseize. I think Thoughtseize is probably just the best card from the destruction aspect. Well, Stroke of Genius isn't terrible here with the mana ramp that we've got. So let's take that. No one's playing Emrakul. Sure, we can take Old Man, I suppose. Wow. Chalice, Titan, and Whip. Whew. I like the Chalice. Just ramp it up. And here I think Underworld Connections is fine. Get some card. And sure, we'll sideboard this. Excuse me. Okay, well, and this guy, huh? Alright. You know, actually, he's not the worst with recurring. Oh, and Nyx that's possibly playable as well. So I think we can afford to go mono black here. Let's see, if we take out the Alchemy and the Titan and this, the 20 and the Stroke, we're basically getting a free splash just for Baleful Strix, which is fine. I suppose at that point we can take Chromatic Lantern out, and that puts us at 24. I don't hate this, although Divinity of Pride I think is kind of weak, so we can take that out. And that's 23. With three strong rampers. So what if we put so I'm not sure though if the Reanimate and Exhume here. Let's see. I mean, it's good, but right, we can always side into this, but we don't really have a great way of dumping stuff into the graveyard. Suppose there's we got Exhume, Doom, Necromancer, and Reanimate to take stuff out. But in terms of putting stuff in the graveyard, and 4 with Dread Return. So many ways to get stuff in. I mean, I suppose I could Thought Seize myself. Hit myself? I don't like that. We have Liliana to do it. So I could see putting in Stroke as a late game play. We have so many. We have so much mana. Frosty is a strong card. And we have so Temple, Underground, Grave. So blue's really free. And if we keep it this way, then we can afford to play Mixthos, which would also ramp us big. Yeah, we're not massive on demotion, right? What do we have for devotion? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So some devotion, but not a huge amount. The divinity would help with, and the Titan would help with devotion. But I mean, otherwise, for this to just be even, I guess we need devotion of 3. Yeah, I could see that not working out. Maybe just Ancient Tomb is better here. Nice thing, Ugin, keeps our mana rocks around. And worst case, we could nightmare away the stuff that we want to keep. Okay, so let's see. If I add Tomb, Temple, Sea, Stronghold, and Watery Grave, then add basic lands. Times once. So that's 17 lands, 3 mana effects, and ways to use them. And I like this. I could also see Cyclonic Rift maybe instead of something as well. But yeah, let's just submit this. Oh wait, no, I do not want items though. That I do not want. Just want swamps. So we have 3 blue sources, 4. So we have 4 blue sources for 3 blue cards. Maybe we can put in 1 island. Sure. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue sources for 1, 2, 3 blue cards. And we can possibly side in more blue against like Lees and stuff. So we don't have too many. We don't. Unfortunately, maybe I should have taken Shriek Maw. Forgot what I took instead of Shriek Maw. But yeah, I think this is reasonable. Let's see how this goes. At least we've submitted. So ideally we're winning by recurring Titan, Dragon Lord, Battlesphere, Messenger. Yeah, we got 2 card draw things. Bone Shredder. Again. Wouldn't have minded an Ashiok in here. Do I want to add Frost Titan in? I like him a lot, but it might be worth playing. But double blue, definitely could see not getting him out. If so, I might play him instead of, say, Hypnotic Spectre. Another option is we play Abyssal Persecutor, and we rely on, kind of have to rely on Recurring Nightmare, or Murderous Cut. Maybe if I need to be faster. Okay, welcome to the die roll. Yes, we want to play first. And well, we got our tomb, we got our mana, overflowing chalice, so lamp into Ugin sounds good. Let's keep this. And we want to do disable bluffing. So I think we're going to just play a C here. And done. So I think then we play Swamp and Tomb and then Chalice for 2. And then we've got 2, 4, 6, 7, and then we're close to Ugin. Pacifismo. Uh-oh, another black player. Alright, so here I think we, have nothing better to do, so we just swamp ahead. And next turn we Tomb and Chalice for 2. 4, 6, and then we'll be at 7. Not too bad. And with the ability to refill our hand. Vampire Hex Mage. Okay. That's good against Ugin, I suppose. good against Everflowing Chalice, but let's see what he does. All right. Phyrexian Arena. Can also profane him and have him lose a ton of life. Or I can stroke at the end of turn for 4, which doesn't seem bad either. But let's, I think let's just wait it out, right? Not playing now. And we might get something else. Okay. So that's worth Bone Shreddering. Do we want to draw 4 cards now, or is that a bit too early? I think it's early, just Bone Shredder. Yeah, that's much better. So here we shred and messenger. Luckily that doesn't work. We have X life on Profane Command, which is pretty relevant, right? That's 6 loss of life. That. Oh, he had first strike. Shit. That was kind of bad, but maybe not so bad. I'll Chainers him. He can nuke my Chalice in response, which kicks me back to 6 mana, which is actually kind of unfortunate. So. If I do that, then I can only stroke for 3. Well, let's do it. I'll just start hitting him. And I think we're done after that. Okay. Collect some company. Always bring a bone shredder and drain him here. So now our command is for 4. Fresca medicine, okay. Target non-land permanent. That could be kind of dangerous, I suppose. But let's think this through. If I hit him, he's at 9. And then I command him for 3, 4, 5. So it's definitely puts pressure on him. So he's at 9. Yeah, maybe I should just attack Vraska. It's not, it doesn't exile the creature though. It just destroys, which means I could command it. Yeah, you know, but actually then, yeah, he comes back and he loses life, so that's fine. Let's attack Vraska. So now he's a 4/3. And now hitting him is actually kind of a scary thing, and we can stroke for 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, we'll stroke for 4 at the end of his turn. Not going to be able to use his port. Okay, so I'm going to tap this in response. 4 lands. Okay. That's what I like to see. Alright, so we play... Great. Exactly what we want to take control. So I think we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 for Ugin. We use it and wipe the board. So let's attack him first because we don't want to exile our guy. And maybe kill him. Okay, he did block. So we want to wipe everything with mana cost. That's 5. And that's 5. That's 5 or less. 5, 5, 3, 3. Okay. And then we're done, I think. And next turn we can profane command. And when this comes into play, so it'll be +2. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 should do it. Yep. So profane command on the messenger and drain him should do it. Okay. So we want him to lose X life and return X. So X life. Alright, so green black. I think that worked out just fine, right? Bone Shredder is not amazing, but still works. Let's just get some water. Anything I want to change? I think that worked fine. So submit. Well, 2 mana, but no, 3 mana. Spectre, we'll keep this. Fine with Joel's messenger. Early, I suppose, if nothing else. Okay, fast start. Hopefully the messenger will take care of that. Alright, another sword. So here comes messenger. Or actually, maybe Spectre, huh? Yeah, I think Spectre is what's going to be first, just to hit him hard. Uh-oh. That's going to be annoying. Woodell's okay. Okay, could be a problem. We've got our dynamo, which is great, but I think we want Spectre to stop stuff, and then hopefully, that may draw some removal. And otherwise we can start strongholding messengers, I suppose. Okay, what's this? Vraska. Okay. So this definitely wants to deal damage to okay. Nice. Liliana, huh? Oh, that may otherwise there's messenger. Yeah, I think we want messenger first, and then we want Liliana. So there's a lot of dudes. I may want to, if I lose this, I may want to side into just kind of more creatures. Yeah, blue producer would be certainly welcome now to take his Vraska. That would be absolutely excellent. Uh-oh. I don't know what that is. That's reasonable to play. Alright, so I think we Liliana here. And then I think so. We Liliana. We then attack Joel's messenger. It dies. Flips Liliana, and then we can bring in the. We can make everyone discard a card. That might be best. Sure. Or do we just make him discard a creature? Yeah, let's do that. We need to just put some boots on the ground here, I think. Or do we just block? No, because we need to kill Nebraska, I think. So yes. That way, die or not die, it triggers Liliana. Okay, what just happened? What just happened? Oh, he makes a zombie. Okay. Oh man, I forgot to utilize Liliana. That's bad. That's not good. That is not good. Okay. Not good at all. It's quite terrible. Alright, a morph. They're both attacking me. Right, so let's power less than them. I can't block this, so I'll just block that. Alright, so to get some life here. Yeah, that is super unfortunate. So we'll definitely be Liliana into way our Underworld connections here. And the kills are I think. Okay. Quite a mistake. Duress. So I think what we Duress, Shainer's Edict, and Liliana. Just this is a non-creature, non-land. Okay, so open it away. Next we Liliana. Get rid of Underworld Connections. And now we Edict. And now we're done. So next, I think we Dynamo if he lets us. Nice. Vanquish here. That is unfortunate. I think at this point we want to bring in, need to bring in a creature, I think. So, and we're done. Not much we can do here. Come on, land would be useful. No battlefield, not exactly what we want, but we can have each player discard a card, and that'll do something. And then end of... And then, yeah, on his turn, I guess we put like Spectre on top or something. So, yeah, we can't afford to block. Okay, well played. So do I want this more cheap, guys? What if I misplayed? Maybe I should have, probably should have Primal Commanded, I think. Oh, I'm not dead somehow. I don't know why I'm not, how am I not dead? Very unclear. Very unclear. Okay. So let's see. I can return something of 3 or less. So I can kill his Den Protector and bring in Hypnotic Spectre, which is not that great. But then I can bring in like Semilgar, so sure. Okay. Do that. So I want to bring in a... Oh, converted mana cost. Shit, no, that doesn't work. But I can kill his Protector. Make him lose life. And then each player discard a card? Sure. What's this guy do? Okay. So maybe not. Maybe I don't. Maybe I just Dynamo? Yeah, Dynamo. Okay. What's that? Player discard a card? Okay. And now I can bring Semilgar into play, so that if you play something really scary, you got that. and then I can also primal. Okay, that's a reasonable chance, right? So now I have to block. No choice. At this point I can bring in a Dragon Lord, sure would be nice. Do I do that? Do I just wipe the board, discard a card, and then I've got Dragon Lord? That seems pretty good. Well, then I've got Battle Sphere. Okay, let's do that. So, or I can make him lose 3 life. Let's do that. Okay, so we're going to command. I want his creature to get --X, and I return a creature, right? For X equals 3. Player discards a card, and now I've got Simulgar next. Okay, kind of all in, but let's see if it works. Battle Sphere next, Simulgar next. So he has to top deck and answer Liliana. Sure. Was he going to bring back Vraska or something? That could be a big problem. What else? Okay. So next we run Simulgar back, I think. Battle Sphere or Simulgar? Non-legendary, okay. Oh, that was a mistake. Black Sage? We want to bring into play Spectre, I suppose. Okay, do I want to bring something like the Spectre in? Yes, I think I do. They can't, so. Okay, Wondrous Cup, very useful here. So let's display that thing. With everybody. So we want to kill him. Will this be lethal? Make sure we don't die on the counter spring. We can deal 4 damage to him. Not obvious, huh? Let's go and discard a card. So I can deal 4 damage to him, and he becomes an 8. Oh, I think I need to wait. I need to wait. Do I want to bring in a card? I might want to bring in a not expector. Right? 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. So that's a problem. 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be last night, should Blocks that. That blocks that. Oh shit, no, I can't. Okay. Yep. So I'm going to play as fast as possible. So, as fast as possible, what does that mean? That means we take out the big things, right? Play just guys. 7. Just play that. Just be as fast as possible. Yeah. Alright, let's do it. Yes, play first. Keep. It's asking me. Don't keep anything. That's why. Messenger, Opheomancer. Let's play this together. Command Drain. Next is Divinity of Pride. Great. So 4, 5, 6. Kind of misplayed pretty heavily there, but I think I could have beaten me earlier in game 2. But I will take it. Yeah, it was bad to misjudge the step there because I could have killed him the prior round, but it was during damage step. It was a big mistake. Alright, so game 2 with our almost mono black splash a tiny bit of blue deck. Certainly worked in game 3 there to just kind of side out the slow stuff and just play more fast creatures. Yes, we would like to play first. And there we go, there's our Baleful Sprigs. Perfect. We will keep. Yeah, we'll start with a turn 1 Strix. Next is Bone Shredder, but I think we kind of want to wait on that, so we'll just attack with our strings. And meanwhile, we'll just ramp up to Ugin. fine. Nice little combo with Strix. And not the worst combo with a bunch over here. Uh-oh. That's scary. And, 4-5, okay, well. I guess we're still not playing anything. Alright, what scariness does he have now? Hopefully it's something whose bones I can shred. Hopefully not an Eldrazi. Mari is weak. That is terrifying. I have absolutely no way to deal with that. So maybe perfect time for a Dynamo here, I think. And now we have stroke potential as well. Let's see, that's going to be a stroke of 2, so probably not. But, after whatever he plays. Hopefully he plays, just empties out his hand here and I can gain a ton of card advantage with Ugin. Good lore. Okay. That suits me just fine, actually. Nothing, huh? Nothing, really? Okay, well, I suppose we Ugin here anyway, don't we? Or do we just let him play something? Oh, maybe I should have played the Stronghold, huh? But I guess I Ugin here, right? 3, 7, 8. No. Not good to let him have that wake. Okay, and now we have a threat. And hopefully he plays some creature that's shreddable. Oh, he does that. So yeah, let's play Stronghold here, and I think it can be done. 6, so we can basically refill our hand. Ugh, completely screwed that up. Okay. Top. And I think all will be done here. What scariness does he have here? Eldrazi maybe? Eldrazi would be scary. Bolas, huh? Yeah, that's a problem. I don't know if that's a good way to deal with that. I suppose I do. And my best bet here is to stroke and destroy that, huh? Sure. So let's stroke. basically have to draw our Silumgar, I think, which we did not draw. That's quite unfortunate. There's still one more choice, and there he is. Okay, so 2. Can I ultimate him? No, but I can destroy a non-creature permanent. Hopefully he doesn't kill that. So let's destroy that. Get some answers. Okay, that's a good one. And maybe finally we can get a Spectre. Okay. Oh, that should be sufficient as a threat. Alright, what you gonna do about that? Discard, swamp. Brittle, but so I think I might as well just consider. Okay, that was quite fun. So maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I should have done like game control of target creature just to prevent that out from happening. Yeah, just like make sure his hand dies first. Okay, so he's multicolored. Alright, well let's submit and see what happens. Got Ugin again. Got a bunch of cards. I think we'll keep this. Yeah, so I think I kind of I let him have it out, which was probably a mistake. Stronghold in Liliana. Okay, fair enough. chalice for 2, I think. And with 6. Or do we wait? Other option is we wait till 6 and then chalice for 3. But this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Start overlapping the sticks, I think. Especially during the upkeep. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So let's down on top of my library. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, blue, black, 6. Thoughtseize, that's not too bad. And right. So how do we deal with this? Grave Titan is a great answer to Batterskull, isn't it? Sure is. Sure is. So maybe we just play Grave Titan and try to overwhelm. Yeah, that doesn't seem like the worst idea. Yeah. So 2, 4, 5, 6. Or 2, 4, 6, 7. What do we Ugin? And then just deal damage. That's pretty good too. Now let's Batterskull. No. Making all sorts of mistakes here. 2, 4, 6. But Supreme Verdict. Destroy all creatures. Yep, that would have been a good one to Thoughtseize. That would have been a good one to Thoughtseize. So, let's see. Might be a good time to dragon. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. risk a languish it. Maybe I thought this is it. So I think we can, let's definitely thoughtseize this time. Deal with. Okay. Non-land permanent with 3 or less. Okay. And Kikijiki. That's kind of scary. Let's get rid of Kikijiki. Languish. So now we start putting like groove titans. Okay. Seven cards. Put on the battlefield. 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 Battlefield. What's going on here? I guess. Okay, there. Main phase, open him. Not the duplicate. So we block like this. Maybe stroke at the end of the let's let him sack a creature. More Battlesphere. Sack the messenger and bring in a Liliana. So, do we keep our deck as it is? Seems to be a bit of a race to, yeah, have. And I don't know if I'm playing for. Am I playing this card? Instead of what? seems good. Maybe instead of Giralf's Messenger. Thought Seize. No, let's. I like the Battle Sphere. I suppose I could see instead of maybe Hypnotic Spectre seems slow. Maybe Bone Shredder isn't that effective, but he's got dudes. Yeah, let's submit. Okay, let's play fast. So, sure, we'll keep this. Pretty old. Burn me now, Hypnotic Spectre. Yeah, I guess let's just do this. Let's see what he's got. Okay, he's got a lot of removal. So how about probably the most dangerous thing is Constrips, I suppose. Non-creature, huh? Okay. Okay, you can play Spectros and Battle Spheres and stuff like that. Hero's Downfall, there's Helix. Pretty scary. Let's see what he does with that. Okay, that's useful. Command for 6. So 2, 5, 6, 7. Wait, let's see what happens here. So. Yeah, that's it. 5, 6, 7. I can drain them for 7 here. So might be able to just win with the command. Okay, do I want to put something in play? No, I want to see what we can. Okay, well, that's excellent. So let's attack. Yeah, let's 4. Okay. Hopefully we'll just command him out here. Should be able to tomb him, and he could have daze or force of will, but so 2, 4, right, so 4, 5, 6. So that's at 6 and still gives me mana to resphere if I need to. Right? Okay. So lose life and extra less. Won the match. Okay, well, to the finals we go with Mono Black. Great. Finals we go. Yes, we'd like to play first. And this, unfortunately, is going to have to be a mulligan since it's a one-lander. This also will have to be a mulligan. So that's pretty unfortunate. And this is about as good as we can get, so we will keep that. So let's start with a Watering Grave. Not pay life. And maybe we can do pull out a Shredder Liliana or something like that. Or a Messenger, perhaps. Do we want to play Chalice? Yeah, you know, I think we do, because if we don't draw, we're in trouble. So... And now at least we can play some of our cards. Like that one. Big Shredder here. Dissolve. Right. So with Dissolve coming in, I think we want our Liliana, since she's likely to get more permanent threat and make it countered. And we can kind of beat these other guys. So we're certainly down on the card advantage here. So we'll have to make our plays count. This is probably pretty likely to get dissolved. Right. Show. Dissolve. What does dissolve do? Is that exile? Pretty sure it exiles. Oh no, target and scry. Okay. So sure, let's start with a Bone Shredder. Since this is... Picking up some bait here. Okay. That's Fireman. Us. Oh, okay, yep, that'll do it. No, we don't. We will play on Temple of Deceit. And sure, that's perfect. And a Fume Answer. Why does it keep prompting me during his upkeep? Not super clear. or messenger? I think the strix here. Definitely has a counter spell. So we kind of want to. Alright, that's perfectly fine. We'll talk with everyone. There's a reasonable clock at 4. Good chance he's got wrath or something here. You know, with his O-rings, we want to consider repeals, but they're not the best against O-rings since it's recast. So I certainly got counter spells. Let's see how he chooses to deal with this. Okay. Alright. Well, this might be a good time to thought seize and hippie. Right. So we've got two angels. Make one angel. Resolve. And swords. Swords is kind of problematic. Right. So if I take the swords and I attack him, then I force him to retreat for 1, which can actually, but otherwise, if I don't take the swords, he just swords my. So okay, let's take the Spectre. This can attack Tumio. Can attack him. Swords for 1. You know, the nice thing is then if he taps out for his angels, then that leaves me the opportunity to draw something like Recurring Nightmare, which could then shred that angel. Impulsive research. Okay. Certainly got a ton of cards out there. All of them. Okay. So maybe we'll get back to this one. So I think we just attack with everyone. I might as well attack with the messenger as well, right? And then do the profane command. Yeah, let's just see where we're at with Alright, not exactly what we wanted here, but I think playing our messenger is quite reasonable. Just six on this. So now command is scary. Now what's it doing? Neutrals? Okay, well, luckily, so what do? We can profane for 3. Doesn't quite do it. So I think we play Nightmare here. And then no creature has become a problem. Yeah, I think I have a way to deal with that, but I need to play it while I can. No, that's a problem. Alright. Well, we need So I think what we want to do here is draw stuff in the... I think command is our out here. May unfortunately be exactly what we don't want. I think that's an exalted angel, but command doesn't quite kill him. I don't know if he still has the resolve, right? So pointless to play the command. I'm probably dead here. So I probably overextended with oh, this could... Is this a chance I have? Silumgar? Sure. We're going to dissolve that. Next turn I try to command it back. Alright, against a control deck, what do we want here? So Duress and Thoughtseize are both very good. Chainer's Edict, probably not as strong. Spectress, I think good. Messenger, good. I can see an end of turn Cyclonic Rift being pretty strong. I think I want Rift and Alchemy in, right? So perhaps we bring in the Rift and bring in the Alchemy, and then we use so the Edict and Murderous Cut. I like him. Maybe Languish. Languish doesn't seem super effective against him. Yeah, let's do that. And then let's bring in 2 islands. Alright, let's try that. Sure, we'll keep this. And we get Duress, Thoughtseize, and the Messenger. One creature non-land. So, let's get rid of Mana Leak, I think. He's got a bunch of land and he's got a big old angel. Fair enough. I think we alchemize, right? Okay, and now I guess we stroke. So if you did draw a counter, I think we just go for it, right? 1, 6, 7. We could have days, but or leak. But yeah, we want it, I think. Alright. Let's see how that works out. Okay. So 5, 6, 7. And I think we put that here. And we're done. See if that does it. Well, you know, maybe I should have silent guard that. Oof, brutal. Alright, let's top this for blue. Now it's going to be a tough one. So I guess I've got Spectre. And Chalice. Then now we're getting it right back to 7. Yeah. Well, I think this game's going to be pretty hard to win at this point. Because now we can just emblem, and that will pretty much force me. I did cite out my language. go. Maybe forbidden alchemy here. I suppose we take a reckless cut. This is, yeah, maybe just well, GG. That's my last hope was to him here. I mean, I suppose I still have a shot with Rugen. Yeah, Rugen was what I could still possibly pull it out. But, not really good. My only chance here, let's put a charge counter, is to him and then Ugen, right? That's not going to do it. He just attacks. Angel and yeah, that was a strong deck. Alright, well, I'm not going to concede. I'll let him play through unless it's just like timing damage here. Yeah, the one thing I could have done was language there on the angels. But yeah, I thought I had a pretty strong start on that one. Yep, played well, strong deck. Really needed the Sullen guy. Alright. Alright. Well, that was pretty fun. Thanks for watching, and I'll end this.